here we are fishing the 2019 Amsterdam Open Street competition. It's me, Steve Phillips, media manager for Fox Rage, and my teammate, Thijs van der Akker. We're wandering around the streets of Amsterdam at the minute, trying to search out zander, perch and pike. So far, it's been tough. It's freezing cold, it's quite bright, but we've had one fish. Unfortunately, that fish was undersized for the competition, a zander that we caught a while back, about a mile over that way. We're doing a lot of walking, trying to cover water that we think looks good. Basically, we're looking for deeper water, I think, at the minute because of the drop in temperature. When we got up this morning, it was probably near freezing, up to about 3 degrees. It's probably not that much warmer now, to be honest with you. And I think that's probably put the fish off a bit. However, the fish we did have really inhaled the Zander Pro shad that it took. So we're confident if we find the fish, and that's the big thing, we've got to find a spot where the fish are holding up, I think. We will be able to catch them because I think they will be feeding, it's just where they are. Whereas they was more spread out probably a week ago over here than now in specific areas with the bait fish. So that's our challenge today, not actually catching the fish, obviously that is a challenge, it's just finding them in the first place. There's quite a few teams already on the leaderboard. We've got an app on the phone, so what we have to do, if we catch one, we take a photo, measure it against the competition measure, and it all goes off to the central office, and all the scores go up live, so we can see who's doing well, who's not doing well. And at the minute we're not doing so well, but I'm hopeful if we stick at it. We've still got another, what are we now, still got another 5 hours to go, so hopefully we can catch some. We've just got to find the little buggers. So we've been walking around Amsterdam for a while now. We've just caught this one fish. Thijs had it underneath this bridge. He caught it on the hot olive, the slick shad. Absolutely nailed it. That's our first fish on the board. We've got points on the board now, brilliant. Thijs also said you saw some bait fish spraying around underneath there.
Yeah, I saw some bait fish. A boat came through, a lot of current. I made one cast, and on the first drop he already got it. So the first fish.
Brilliant, let's get him back.
So
there we go, score on the board, that's brilliant, that's got us fired up a bit now. We'll keep trying down here because obviously like with the bait fish, where there's one perch like that, there's normally more, so let's get on it, The main techniques, bearing in mind the fact we're going after zander, then it's mainly straight jigging, where basically we've got a jig head on. I've been fishing 5 gram heads, Ty's been fishing 7, I've just gone up to 10 because we've got slightly deeper water with a bit of a current on here and I want to be able to feel it. So we've just been casting out, letting it fall, low diameter braid, low diameter fluorocarbon leader, and on that I've been fishing Zander Pro shads, and they give a nice fall through the water. So that's the whole point. Basically what you want is to let it fall down, the tail still works, hit the bottom, and then jig it up and then let it fall down again. So if that's the bottom, that's the bottom of the water, you want to arc it down, lift it up and then arc down again, and you want to strike a balance between weight so that you can feel the lure and what it's doing, and mainly feel that it's hitting the bottom and keeping in contact with the bottom, but also give it a maximum amount of time to fall. So you don't want it to drop like a stone because that's not going to appeal to the fish too much, it doesn't look very natural. And the good thing is as well with this technique is we're going to be after perch, bonus perch that come along. And as Ty's already proven on this technique, he's already caught a 26 centimetre perch, I think it was. The minimum on that's 22, I think it is. So that's got us on the scoreboard. Earlier on, Taj was using a different technique. He was using the Rage Critters set up Carolina style. So he had a leader of about a foot and a half fluorocarbon to an offset hook, which went into the Carolina, went into the Critter, so it was weedless. Because in the canals in the main centre of the city, there's all sorts of rubbish on the bottom, bikes. I hooked into a tree that came up and then pinged off, and God knows what else is in there. And that allows Ty to present again in the same way as with the jig. What it is because the weight's remote, you cast out and you get that nice fall from the weight of the critter coming down, especially with all those appendages, those claws going bonkers through the water. We're going for fairly bright colours as well. I've been using the the Zander Pro in the goldy glitter with a white back. I can't remember exactly what that colour's called now, and then I'm on a natural perch. And Ty's been using, he likes a more natural pattern, natural colour. He's gone for the hot olive. He loves a hot olive, does the lad. And to be fair, that's what he's caught on, so the fish obviously like it as well. I think the main plan now, we're going to stay here for a little bit. We've seen one of the other team catch a decent zander over the far side. If we can find 1 or 2 fish, that can make all the difference and whack us up the leaderboard. That's all it takes, a couple of 40 centimetre zander, well, what's the minimum, 42, so a couple of 42 centimetre zander, and we're up there at the top of the board. So we've got to have a bit of luck, and then when we do find the fish, a bit of skill. Good work, Ty.
Yeah.
Fishing underneath this platform here. What we got? What we got?
Small. Too small.
Two small zander. That's our second small zander that doesn't count. So that's taken on the slick shad in rough colours.
Yeah.
What jig head?
10 grams.
10 grams. So just whacking it back underneath where we are here. Fish straight away. That's the first cast, wasn't it? So just had a perch under this bridge. It's definitely within the size we want. What is the size? 20, 26, same as last time. So that's good. That means I've got 52 on the board. I don't think I've ever been so glad to catch a perch of this size before. It definitely counts. So that's another score on the board for Team Fox Rage. Let's get it back, get another one quick as we can. Well, that's just past 3 o'clock by my watch, so just less than an hour to go. We're now, what were we, 40 something after catching that perch. We just want one more fish really. One more fish, go for it, Ty. And I think we'll get up there a little bit, but it's very, very difficult. We've walked a hell of a long way today. We've covered 10 kilometres walking around the city. So we've done a lot of time walking and a lot of time fishing, but we're getting tired now. Just got to keep it going for this last hour, see what we can do. Thank God for that. There we go, last 15 minutes and we have a 64.5 centimetre zander caught just out here on a slick shad in rough colours. That might have just saved our day. I'm going to get it back. What just happened was, we got to the last 15 minutes of the competition and it looked fairly miserable. We'd caught 2 perch and 3 zander, but the 3 zander weren't eligible then. Cast out behind me with this slick shad and bang, 64.5 centimetre zander, smashed it, we got it in. As we're getting it in, half the competition were walking behind us. A load of people just stopped and stared. It was a bit of chaos. My teammate Ty's got cut, there was blood all over the place. The net got stuck in everything, but we got it in, we got it into the results. The results are now closed, so nobody can see who's won, but another 64 centimetres on top of our 52 that we've got has boosted us some way. So we'll head off back now, see what the results are. Hopefully we've done all right.
And the one last coming in front of us is Stephen Phillips with a fish of 64.5 centimeters. Woo! Stephen Phillips from Fox, Sama.
Right, Steve?
Well, I've just won the biggest zander at Amsterdam Open Street 2019, 64.5 centimetres. I got a massive prize for it, which is great, but I'll go give this to my friend Hugo to bring back in his van next week because I came on the plane and it won't fit in hand luggage. But I'm absolutely blown away by that. It's incredible. Didn't expect it at all. There've been some really big fish caught today, so I was quite shocked that my zander was the biggest one. But brilliant, over the moon with that. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe to Fox Rage TV channel. See you next time. He was just doing this, was he? Kuhn was just doing this.